from the floor. As we get set for this event number 7, let's take a look at the overall standings. And Justin, we see Tudor Magda with a significant lead.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's got a comfortable lead based on all of the work he's done up to this point. He started this competition off the right way, winning the first 2 events, and now he's on top of the leaderboard.
And how will our athletes be contested here in event number 7?
Well, it's going to be an interesting event, and I'm excited to watch it play out because what they're going to be taking on is 5 rounds. They've got to do 6 muscle-ups on the rings and then 3 back squats. After they do those 5 rounds, then they're going to do 30 box jump over. So you've got an interesting combination because you've got a high-tech, kind of a difficult gymnastics movement coupled with a good strength movement.
Getting a look now at our lane assignments to see where our athletes will be lining up here inside the Alliant Energy Center. We take a look at Pedrick in 8, Cole Martinez in 9, and we also have Tudor Magda in lane number 10. But we have a 20-person field, so we're also going to want to be keeping an eye on lane number 11, which is where you'll find Christian Gallagher, and you'll also see Reese Cooksey in lane number 12. So again, as we get set here, Justin, the athletes, it's moving day here at the CrossFit Games, and we get a look at 2 athletes here who are trying to make a move in 3rd and 2nd place respectively.
Yeah, and there's the fight right now. And Christian Gallagher, I'm really interested to see how he answers by starting out this event because he placed 5th at the games last year at the 2017 games. And so I want to see how he comes in and fights to battle and catch up to Tudor Magda.
Again, we are getting set for the event number 7 of the Teen Boys 14-15 age division here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. The event is fast finish. It is moving day here at the Alliant Energy Center. We are underway in fast finish here in the Teen Boys 14-15 age division at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. What are we looking at, Justin?
Well, this is our muscle up, and this is a nemesis for many CrossFitters. It's a high-skilled gymnastics movement. They're going to hang from the rings. Obviously, you see them do that big kip and pull up over the top of the rings, finish with the dip. So they must complete 6 of those reps. Then they move on to this nice back squat. Watch the form on these young men, 245 pounds on the bar. Christian Gallagher, they've got to make sure that the crease of that hip goes lower than the height of the kneecaps. They're going to want to keep their weight on their heels, drive their knees out over their toes, and stand up straight and tall. And these rounds will go fast. Ted, you're going to see these kids just cruise through these muscle-ups. Many of these guys have been doing this since they were really, really young.
Coming up on a minute gone by, we're getting a look at Martinez. 3rd entering the day.
And really, I think that this event will come down to this high-skilled gymnastics movement. I think it's going to be how fast they can move through the muscle-ups. They can't afford a bobble. They can't afford a no-rep. Most of these young men are so strong that I don't think that 245 pounds on a back squat with only 3 reps is going to be a sticking point for them.
That is Lamont, our current leader here in event number 7, 15 years old. He placed 8th in the 2018 Open worldwide. 3rd overall in the online qualifier.
No wasted movement on that kip. Nice strong pull, getting over the top of the rings and then pressing it out with that ring dip.
Back to Martinez in lane number 9, middle of your screen.
Look how Martinez kips so hard. He gets on top of the rings just from his kip and his pull. He has a very little press out on that ring dip.
This is a look back at Gallagher again, who was 2nd entering the day.
Great job bringing those hands in close to the shoulders and pointing those elbows back, kind of creating a ridge or a shelf to rest that bar on his back.
Gallagher was 5th in this division at the 2017 games. This year in the Open Worldwide, he placed 6th in the 14th, 15th division.
I like how they just They're not taking a break. They're doing these unbroken. And I think to win this event or even place high in this event, you have to do these 6 muscle-ups unbroken.
Back to Martinez, middle of your screen.
So he's taking a break there, and that could be costly. Fortunately, he kept that break to a minimum. 2 quick breaths, then he got back up on the rings. But I think to win this event, you're going to have to go unbroken on those ring dips. Or, excuse me, the muscle-ups.
Getting a look at Lamont now, who is in the lead. .330 gone by. Keeping an eye on Pedrick there in the center of your screen. I guess here's the question at this point, Justin. Should these athletes at 14 and 15, should they still be going for the unbrokens, or is it okay to take that rest?
Well, you'll see them look down and kind of, they'll know their surroundings. They'll see where their other competitors are. But you're watching Chutieri go through these unbroken. If you have any chance of catching him, you don't want to stand on the ground looking up at the rings for very long. And you notice Pedrick, he got down, he took 1 breath and then jumped back up. So he's going to have to push the pace if he's going to try to catch Chutieri.
On the left, that is Nolan Pedrick out of the Mid-Atlantic region. And on our right, that is our leader, Chutieri Rauna Lamont out of the Australasia region. In the 2017 games, he was 10th in this division. And this is Reese Cooksey. Now with a little more on Cooksey, let's go to Nick on the floor. Again, we're looking at Cooksey right now here in lane number 12.
He's really made up a lot of ground. He's leading now, and watch how he's doing these box jump overs. The rules don't say that you have to stand up straight and tall. Look how fast and efficient he is. He's jumping up and then jumping down. He's not standing up straight, further fatiguing his legs. He's staying squatted down and jumping down off that box. Very smooth and very efficient.
And here comes Cooksey.
He crushed those box jump overs.
Event number 7 goes to Cooksey. A big move for him Saturday at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Gallagher comes across under 6 minutes. Cooksey was in 4th entering the day. Gallagher was in 2nd. There's Martinez on the right. We've got Pedrick on the left. Martinez will come in.
Okay, this is huge for these young guys. They're doing what they needed to do. And Cooksey just kind of snuck in there. Like I say, he slashed through those box jump overs and really made up a lot of ground to pull ahead.
Now this is Tudor Magner, our overall leader. He'll come across.
Hey guys, watching Reese Cooksey during this event, everyone kind of came out sprinting. They sprinted that barbell, sprinted that squat rack. I kind of kept my eye on him since I had talked to his coach last night. He was very deliberate, walking to his squat bar, walking back to the muscle-ups, but he was able to go unbroken on every set, very methodical, save some of that energy, and we saw that put to good use in the end there, going those 30 box jump overs as fast as he could. Obviously, it paid off in the end. He gets the event win.
This is Mazoka right now in lane number 19. Going to come down to his final reps. And Mazoka will come across just about 7:10. Ibarra now in the blue top, left of the split screen. Now he's right dead center of your screen.
He's employing the same technique that Cooksey did, Ibarra is. Just squatting down, jumping down. No wasted energy.
He'll come across at about 7:30. This after a big year for him, which he moved up to 32nd worldwide in the 14-15 Open Division.
So after 15 heavy back squats, these guys are still using their legs to get up and over that box and still taxing those already fatigued muscles.
Again, 13-minute cap here as we take a look at Rodriguez. And he gets a no rep there. What do you think of his form, Justin?
Well, he kind of got ahead of himself on that last one. His momentum carried him forward where he had to put his hands down. That's what cost him the no rep. A lot of these guys are so athletic, Ted. You're not going to see this from every age group, just so you know. These guys are doing this right. They're jumping up, getting to the middle of the box because they are so athletic and they can jump so well. And then it's just a hop down.
There's Groenveld coming across. He entered the day in 6th place.
He had that good day yesterday. Yeah, he had that good day yesterday where he won event number 4. 2 days ago, excuse me. They were off yesterday.
Again, a 13-minute cap here. Event number 7, fast finish.
So
in boys 14-15 division.
So you can see Anthony Ray there in the red shorts and see how he takes that extra step. I know that he realizes he's at the end of the event. A lot of the other competitors have finished before him, but see how he's taking that one extra step before he hops down. And that costs time, where a lot of those other guys were jumping right to the middle of the box and then jumping down, thus saving energy and saving time.
And just a couple competitors out there on the floor, maybe just 2 left. This is Gilmore. And Justin, when you're running on the fumes, how much about technique and efficiency is still going through the athlete's game plan?
Well, it sure breaks down, and one thing that I try to tell my athlete is when the fatigue sets in, you really got to focus on that technique, because when your technique gets loose, when you get a little wobbly because of the fatigue, you leak a lot of energy, and that wasted energy wastes time. And remember, these guys have got another event that they're coming back for later on today, and so they want to conserve as much energy and be as efficient as possible through these events.
There's Seal on the right heading into this competition. He was dealing with a hamstring injury.
And he might be trying to play it safe here with these back squats. It doesn't look like he's really trying to push it on this back squat. It's 245 pounds on the bar, and if you're coming in with an injury already to your lower body, that could further take its toll.
Yeah, we're keeping our eye on Gilmore right now. 24th this year worldwide in the Open out of the 14-15 division. A big jump from him in 2017 was he was 92nd.
He's just pushing it to try to get in under that cap, and I think that we talked about this before, but mentally, you never want to get time capped in an event. Just knowing that you finished it under the time cap gives you some confidence to come back into the next event.
Now, how much leeway there do we see the judges giving Seal? Because it doesn't look like he's tried to get a rep off for a bit.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, and it's up to him. It looks like he's done the minimum amount of work required to be able to continue in the competition. He doesn't look like he's trying to push it because of perhaps that injury that he's been dealing with in the past.
Yeah, it looks like he just can't do this, Justin.
Yeah.
And you can hear him say, I can't do it, yeah. So again, the story for him was when he came into the competition with a hamstring injury, and that's obviously playing out in front of our very eyes right here with just under 40 seconds remaining here in event number 7. The team boys here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. And
I think he keeps wanting to. I think he keeps wanting to, but when he gets that weight on his back, I'm sure that he just feels it and goes, man, that's probably not the smartest thing to do at this point. Which shows a lot of maturity on his part, right? I mean, here you are in this competition. You got your fellow competitors that are finishing this event left and right around you. And I'm sure he wants to go, but just having that maturity to say, hey, look, I'll come back, try to make up some ground in that swim in the next event.
And there's the horn, and event number 7 for the Team Boys 14-15 division comes to a close.
I was really impressed, Ted, by Cooksey, simply because I'm sure him and his coach sat down, came up with a game plan, and it looked like he really stuck with it, and it paid off. He didn't try to sprint in between exercises. So jumping in on these muscle-ups, a lot of anticipation, the adrenaline's flowing. And here's your guy that jumped out to the lead first. You also see Nolan Pedrick. The lead was changing back and forth. He was really smooth through those early rounds of the muscle-ups, but once Cooksey took over, slow and deliberate, but methodical. But boy, I'll tell you what, once he got under those box jump overs, his technique came into play. He was so fast, he went unbroken, and he jumped his way to a first place finish in this event. Very impressive. Fun to see a guy stick to his game plan and have the correct strategy and follow up with it.
And we've got Reese Cooksey down with our very own Nick Zielinski.
Reese, your first CrossFit Games. I got to ask you, what's it like to cross that finish line first?
It was an awesome experience. I just came in I'm not here to just compete. I'm here to stay on the podium. And that's all I was thinking about the whole entire way through. I knew that those other kids were good at muscle up, so I had to pick up my pace on the other ones. And I knew that I was taller, so I had the box jump advantage, so I just went after it.
I talked to your coach last night. He said those exact same things. Y'all came up with a game plan. You executed that to perfection. What was the strategy on those box jumps?
It was just to go. I knew that those kids were shorter, and I just had to blow them through. It was definitely hard. I was sucking in that air, but I just pushed through it.
Pushed through it and got the event win. Reese Cooksey, 4th place coming in. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Again, a big finish for Reese Cooksey. Entered the day in 4th place, and he gets an event win here, moving day at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Taking a look now at our results, and Cooksey 12 seconds roughly ahead of the field. Christian Gallagher coming in, followed by Cole Martinez. Also keeping our eyes on Nolan Pedrick and Tudor Magda in there. Still a lot of change that can happen here over these final 2 days of competition.
Well, we said it's moving day, and you see why. You see Tudor Magda coming in first in this event overall. He takes 6th in this event, and that will move the leaderboard a little bit.
So again, Reese Cooksey getting the win with 5:41.27, trying to move up from 4th on the second to last day of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. There's a packed house here inside the age group pavilion at the Alliant Energy Center. 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games as we get set for girls 14-15 event number 7. I'm Ted Ramey alongside Justin Judkins. We've got Nick Zielinski on the floor as we get set for the first action of the day for the girls 14-15 team division. Let's take a look now at our overall standings here, and we see Olivia Sulek with a comfortable lead, but being chased by Mallory O'Brien, Justin, and Leah Mallow.
Yeah, there's a 62-point lead that Sulek enjoys over O'Brien. However, O'Brien is coming in confident today. She won event number 5 yesterday.
What is the test for our athletes here as they get their Saturday started in Madison?
Well, 75 reps total. It's going to be broken down like this. 5 rounds for time, 6 muscle-ups, 3 back squats, 165 pounds for these young ladies on the back squats. Then, once they've completed all that work, they're going to move on to 30 box jump overs, and it's a 24-inch box for these ladies.
Let's get a look at our lane assignments for our athletes. And keep your eye on Leah Mallow in lane number 9, Olivia Sulek in lane number 10. They will sure to be keeping an eye on each other, and that is first and third respectively. And then you see in second place, that is Mallory O'Brien in lane number 11. Also right there, Polina Aro there in lane 12. And we see Nina Labenikova in lane 14. Will there be any lane watching from these athletes?
Oh, I think so. I mean, we'll see that this is going to be a fast event, but I'm sure that they're going to be watching out of the corner of their eyes. And both ladies, you know, they performed already under pressure here at these games. Both ladies have one event win under their belt so far, and so they're going to be looking to make it a second event win here with this one.
Saturday underway for the teenage girls 14-15 age division here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games.
So this muscle up is kind of a nemesis for a lot of CrossFitters. It's always a milestone when you get your first muscle up after starting CrossFit. And I think to win this event, especially for these young ladies, they've got to master these muscle ups and try to go as smoothly and as efficiently as they can through this high-skilled gymnastics movement. You see some athletes already getting through their first 6 and starting on those back squats. So I'm looking here at Mallow. She's got great form, keeping her weight on her heels, 165 pounds on the bar, standing up straight and tall, moving on to the next round.
Getting a look at Sabatini now. She was 34th worldwide in the 2018 Open in the 14-15 division.
And Ted, I think that this is an interesting movement for the girls, simply because you'll see a lot of young men cross over from the gymnastics world. They're used to doing a lot of work on the rings, but girl gymnasts don't do any work on the rings. And so it's interesting to see how well they've mastered this high-skilled movement.
And for a little bit more on O'Brien, let's go to Nick Zielinski.
Hey guys, O'Brien's sitting in second place currently with that 10-point lead on third place. She did very well in the Open, 18.3 at the muscle up, a score of 592. The key thing with O'Brien is her coach, Easy Muhammad. We all know Easy. We've all seen him before. He's got all of that regional experience, all of that games experience. We know he's good on the rings. He is directly behind her during this event and giving her instructions every single round. How many reps to go on muscle-ups before she breaks, what to do when she gets to back squats. Very methodical approach from a man with a lot of experience. O'Brien going to feed off that, and we'll see how she does to end up this event.
O'Brien making her way back to the muscle-ups.
And I think that we'll see a difference, Ted. The young men, the teenage boys in this age division, I think their key was to go unbroken on these muscle-ups and go fast if they wanted to win. I think these girls have to really manage the fatigue. And when I say master the muscle-up, it's managing the fatigue, knowing yourself, just like the coach is saying there, Easy's telling her how many reps to take and when to go on the next one. And I think that they've got to be more deliberate and more strategic with their muscle-ups because it is such a skilled movement.
O'Brien, another one of these athletes with a background in competitive gymnastics as well as volleyball and track and field. 2:40 gone by, 13-minute cap here. Jump finished the event for the teen girls 14-15 division. Back to Sabatini in lane number 8.
And it looks like she's stringing quite a few of them together. We haven't really seen her break very much yet.
Entered the day in 5th place.
And I love events like this, Ted, simply because you're pairing a high-skilled gymnastics movement with a strength movement. So the ladies that are really strong are typically going to do really well on the back squat. They might not. They might have a heavier body weight. They might not do quite as well on the gymnastics movements. The little girls that are really good at gymnastics movements might struggle a little bit with the back squats. So it's an interesting combination of movements all wrapped up into one event.
Well, Sabatini only weighs 97 pounds, so that's a significant load for her to move.
Yeah, it really is.
There's Nina Latvinikova there for the Europe North region. She was 6th in this division at the 2017 games. And another athlete with a gymnastic background, previously with a first place at the Slovakian Championships.
Justin and Ted, watching from the floor here, you get a broad view of all these ladies working during these muscle-ups. And Justin, this is going to be a question for you. See a lot of different techniques here. The main difference I'm seeing, a lot of these girls are doing a strict ring dip. You can see them very slow from the dip of the ring all the way to the top in the lockout. Some of the girls using that kip. What kind of difference is that going to make as they get deeper and deeper into this event?
I think that the earlier on that you can start to use that kip where they kick their legs, get a little momentum, and what you're talking about is pressing out the top of that ring dip. I think the more that they can employ that kip, the better it's going to serve them throughout this entire event, especially when they start to get really tired at the end. So great point, Nick.
Sabatini is in the lead at a CrossFit Vertex in the Mid-Atlantic region, and she's now on to the box jumps.
And I like to see this. The rules only say that she has to get both feet on top of the box. They don't say that she has to stand up straight and tall. So look at what she's doing. She's so athletic. She's jumping as far onto the box as she possibly can, but staying in a squatted, low squat position to enable her to get back down to the other side of the box that much faster. And she is crushing these box jump overs. She went through those first 15 in about 30 seconds, so that is cruising.
She is just 5 feet tall and 97 pounds, and she is making good use of that slight body to she's flying over the box, Justin.
And look, she's just showing off her athleticism here, jumping up and over, and so efficient, not even taking a break. Very impressive.
Sabatini takes event number 7.
She crushed that. That was cool to see.
Moving up the leaderboard after starting the day in 5th place. 6 minutes gone by now. We've got a 13-minute cap here in event number 7.
She hardly looks like she's sweating, Ted. She went through those muscle-ups, no problem at all. Back squats, she was nice and strong and deliberate on those. But boy, when she got to those box jump overs, she was off for the races.
And her listed back squat max was 195 pounds, so that's in the realm, and she was doing it no problem.
Yeah, she was only 30 pounds under her PR and hitting 3 reps at a time, so very good. Nina Latvinikova, you see her taking that extra step and standing up straight and tall, so a little bit more wasted effort, a little bit more of a deliberate approach than what
Sabatini?
Gigi, yeah, thank you, sorry. Than what Gigi Sabatini used.
Again, Latvinikova in her 2nd year in this division after placing 6th last year.
So she's still moving fast. She's not taking breaks, which is important. So, you know, the engine's revved. She's breathing hard. But she's still continuing to move, and that's the important point.
This is 2nd on the left, 3rd place on the right. As we see Latvinikova come in just around 7:30. She was 8th entering the day.
So Gigi placed first by over a minute. That is way impressive. Almost 2 minutes ahead of Nina Latvinikova.
This is Hannah Morochuk in lane number 4.
You see, after she jumps up, it's almost like she's taking 1 or 2 extra steps before she jumps down.
Rochuk has a background in competitive cheerleading. Said she's never injured herself doing CrossFit, and she did doing cheer. As Sulek comes across, she was our overall leader entering the day. Back to Morochuk. And she'll come in about 8:25. This is Powers we're getting a look at. A level 8 gymnast. She'll come across. This is back to Mallory O'Brien. And she'll come in at about 8:45. But again, she was second entering the day, so she's bound to see her placement change. Back to Leah Malo. Again, she was in third entering the day.
And I think it was those muscle ups that kind of presented a stumbling block for Leah Malo.
So she's all wrapped up. She'll come in under 9:15. Again, a 13-minute cap here, event number 7 for the teen girls. And you can see Justin Sabatini was just way out there in front. And it was those box jumps in particular. It took her less than a minute, it seemed like.
Yeah, I think she built a pretty good lead on those muscle ups, but she extended that lead on those box jump overs. And we're seeing the same method being employed, here with Maddie Espinoza. It's interesting to see the different strategies employed with these box jump overs. So Maddie is doing the same thing that Gigi was, just jumping up, jumping down without standing straight up or wasting any extra movement. Now we see she's starting to get a little bit tired, so she's standing up and walking across. And it does take a lot out of you to jump like that and rebound and jump back up onto the box. So you're seeing that fatigue set in now, kind of catching a second wind and getting back to her old strategy.
Her athletic background is jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and soccer, as well as weightlifting and, of course, CrossFit.
And Maddie will finish up.
Villaseñor over there in lane number 20, pink top.
"24 inches on the box jump over." You see some girls just jump up to the edge and then walk across and jump down. You do anything that you want as long as you get on top of that box and get over to the other side.
Cleanthus came in there in lane number 3. And Villaseñor in lane 20. 13-minute cap. Still a couple athletes out there on the floor.
So keep in mind, not only have these ladies completed this event, which is just brutal, but they've done a lot of work. They've had 5 other events coming into today. And so even though they had a rest day yesterday, had a chance to recover, it all still takes its toll.
This is Gallegos. Lane 16. As we see Campbell come across in lane 2. Minute 10 seconds remain. Schroeder on the left. 1 minute remains.
I like to see these ladies fighting through right to the very, very end and trying to finish under this time cap.
50 seconds remain.
Sometimes mentally, just knowing that you're really, really close to the end, you can just push it a little bit harder because you've got that rest looming. Makes it just a little bit easier to get through those final reps.
It's Lexi Neely on your left now in the pink top, lane number 1. On the right screen, that's Tori Gallegos.
And even if they don't finish under this time cap, Ted, they'll still get credit for every rep they complete. They will be assessed, though, a 1-rep penalty for every rep that they have left.
That's Macy Damgar we saw coming across there a moment ago. And And the horn will sound. Event number 7 comes to a close.
So Paulina Haro there got time capped. She came into this event in 4th place. So that's going to shake up the leaderboard a little bit right there, too.
A big win for Sabatini, Justin.
I was so impressed, Ted, with this young lady. She really came in, and with an event that played well to her strengths, she took advantage of it. Look at how efficient she is. That big kip on those muscle-ups, having no problem with 165 pounds on that back squat. She kips so high, now she's getting a little bit of a kip at the bottom of that ring dip and getting up to the top. Great form on that back squat, keeping the weight on her heels, but this is where she really extended that lead and took control of this event. Look how fast she was up and over that box, showing off her athleticism, coming in and winning event number 7 or 6.
And Miss Gigi Sabatina is with Nick Solinsky on the floor.
Gigi, your second event win of the week. You're in 5th place coming into this event. They call Saturday moving day. Why was this a good event for you?
Well, I have a gymnastics background, so that really helped me on the rings. Swing a little bit better. I had the feel for it.
How are we feeling about a swim? What's our strategy for the swim later today?
I'm just going to try to stay calm and keep moving the whole time and try not to panic.
After that swim, get a little rest before tomorrow. How do you maintain and get on top of that podium tomorrow?
Well, I'm just going to try to get some sleep, eat a lot of food, focus on my recovery.
Everybody likes eating a lot of food. Gigi Sabatini, congratulations. See you later today.
Thank you.
A big event win for Gigi Sabatini, well clear of a minute over the rest of the field and giving herself an opportunity to make that move here on Saturday. Again, she's in at 5:46, and almost a minute and 3/4 later is when we see Nita Latvenikova come across, Justin. That's just dominance from Sabatini.
Yeah, it really is. She had a great game plan. She had movements that played well to her strengths, and she took full advantage of it.
So Sabatini comes in with a big event win, followed by Latvenikova. Sabatini, she came in 5th, making her move. We've got the women 50 to 54 coming up next year at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. The action is heating up here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games inside the age group pavilion at the Alliant Energy Center as we get ready for event number 7 for the women 50 to 54 Masters division. I'm Ted Ramey alongside Justin Judkins. We've got Nick Zielinski down on the floor as we get ready here for moving day. And now let's take a look at the standings as we get set to see things shaken up on the leaderboard, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, Lori with that commanding 110-point lead, well-deserved. She's worked hard this entire week and very impressive performance.
Now let's get into what exactly these athletes are going to be tested in today.
Well, 75 total reps in this event. It's going to be broken up like this. 5 rounds for time. They've got to do 6 muscle-ups, 3 back squats. Then when they've done those 5 rounds, they'll move on to 30 box jump overs with a 13-minute time cap.
Let's get a look at our lane assignments to see where our athletes will be lining up here for event number 7. You see Ava Thornton in lane number 9, Lori Machiznik in lane number 10. And of course, this is a 19-person field at this point, so they're going to be keeping their eyes on everyone. In lane number 11, you're also going to be seeing Linda Elston, as well as Marcia Van Glen Weigel there in lane number 12. And I did see a little peaking going on, particularly on the ring muscle-ups in previous heats.
Yeah, I think you'll see that play out in this event, too, with this age group. I'm going to be interested to see how they handle this event. It's going to be fun to watch.
Now, the battle right now, Justin, seems to be taking place between 2nd and 3rd place. And that's where I know we're going to have our eyes focused as we head in here to event number 7 for the women's 50 to 54 division.
Well, I think that Linda Elston and Eva Thornton, they've been battling all week. You know, Eva Thornton's got those 2 event wins. She won event number 2 and event number 3. But Linda Elston is also riding a wave of good performance with a 3rd place finish, a 2nd place finish, and a 3rd place finish, respectively, in the last 3 events.
Again, that's Elston on the left and Thornton on the right. And they've had a day of recovery now, Justin. So obviously that's a little bit different than what we've seen for some of the other age groups. So how are they feeling right now? How much could they recover in one day?
Well, I think athletes at this level, I know 2 things about them. Number 1, they know how to recover. They've got good coaching. They've got good people giving them advice on how to recover properly. But number 2, they're in such great shape. They know their bodies so well that you give them a little bit of time, and they're going to be, I think they're going to be firing on all cylinders when they come in today.
Again, we're getting set for event number 7. That's Lori Machiznik, our overall leader. Let's go to Nick on the floor.
Yeah, guys, Lori Machiznik, obviously the story so far in the 50 to 54 age division, just a few career stats for her. She's looking for her 3rd career podium with a 2nd place in 2011 in the 45 to 49 and the 3rd in 2015 in this division. She's looking for her 1st ever championship. The key point we're talking about here is Lori Machiznik is in her last year in this division. Usually as athletes start to age up and are about to move to that next division, we don't see them do as well as far as the podiums go. But Machiznik in her last year in 50 to 54 has a commanding lead, looking for her 1st championship, and next year will be a force to be reckoned with on the 55 to 59 division.
Yeah, and Lori Machiznik has had a good year so far. She was 7th worldwide in the Open in this age group. Again, she's making her 5th games appearance, so she has a great deal of experience, which she'll be putting to work here on moving day at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games as we get set for event number 7 for the Masters Women 50 to 54 division.
Stand by.
Jump finish has begun for the Masters Women 50 to 54 here Saturday, 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games.
And I think the keys to winning this event is going to be this movement right here, this muscle up. It is a high-skilled gymnastics movement. These ladies are going to use a big kip on those rings. You see her doing that there, and up and over the rings to press out at the top of a ring dip.
That was Elston we got to look at. Now here's Machiznik in the pink top making her way to the squats.
Eva Thornton showing no problem with 165 pounds on that back squat. Great form there. And I don't think that this back squat, especially with only 3 reps, I don't think it's going to be much of a sticking point for very many of these ladies. I think that if they can get through and manage these muscle-ups well, I think that it's going to play well to their advantage if they can do that.
Back to Elston there. And she came into the day in second place.
And that judge making sure she hits that standard. She's got to have the crease of her hip go lower than the height of her kneecap. So she's got to go below parallel. Lori McChesnick there forgot to move her chest piece.
And we're going to look back at Thornton right now. Again, she was third entering the day.
And Ted, she went through the second round of muscle-ups very, very quickly. Not really having much problem on this back squat. I like how she's keeping her hands close to her shoulders, kind of pointing those elbows back and creating a shelf of muscle on which to rest that bar. I want to watch her on these muscle-ups and just see how well she's moving.
Thornton is making her third games appearance in the 45-49 division. Last year she was 12th.
You can see Machesnik on the right there in the dark top. She's standing underneath those rings for quite a while, catching her breath and getting prepared to do this next one. Now, Eva Thornton in the pink top. I want to see if she breaks this set up. This will be her third round. Boy, that is impressive. There's 3 in a row. That's just picture-perfect technique. So she banged out 4. Mentally, she knows she's gotten over halfway. She only has 2 left. So it looks like she has a game plan. She knows how many reps to do, how long of a break she needs to take. That is just great form. A little bit of a kip at the top to press out the top of that ring dip. And you see Machesnik there on the right struggling a little bit. She's got the dark green top. She's really breaking up those muscle-ups quite a bit.
Again, this is Thornton we're looking at right now in the middle of the screen. She is the leader here in this event. She's been a competitive athlete most of her life. She is moving quickly back and forth from these ring muscle-ups and squat portion, but you see Lori Machesnick, the overall leader, making her way back to the squat rack. Machesnick on the left of your screen. You've got Elston on the right. Again, Elston entered the day in second place. Machesnick in the middle of your screen. She is our overall leader. You've got Eva Thornton over there in lane number 9, the background now in the pink top. She entered the day in third.
Machesnick heading back to those rings. She's in lane number 10 with the dark green shirt on, just chalking up a minute. We're seeing her break those up quite a bit.
On the left, we've got Maricruz Prieto. She is second place right now, behind Thornton. Thornton again, Justin, on those ring muscle-ups.
So impressive, Ted, because at this point, obviously, she's starting to get tired, communicating with her judge, which I think is smart, making sure that she knows that she only has 1 rep left. Sometimes one of those no reps will slip in there, and it's funny what happens when you get in the middle of an event like this and you're oxygen deprived, you're trying to hurry, there's lots of reps. Wow, she is so efficient on those muscle-ups. I'm really, really impressed. If she continues out, she's going to be hard to catch.
And Thornton is our leader. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, 13-minute cap here in event number 7 for the Masters Women's 50 to 54 age division.